What's up, guys? Hades here. So we got the new Serpent's Gaze Awakens event out, and there's a ton of new stuff here. Some of the basics, and I will go over them again, but a lot of new stuff, and we need to break it down and talk about it. So they changed the reward system to these new Eternal Grails. Now the Eternal Grails are going to directly convert in the Grail Shop for Chaos Immortals, Chaos artifacts, stellar cores to rush your castle, equipment, and so much more. So we need to break this down. So starting back at the top, you are, for $5, you get 5 tokens of light, and you get to be put in the drawing for the grand prize. And 4,200 buys you a lot. That's like 4 artifacts. That's like 4 or 5 immortals. This is really good grand prize. However, it only is drawn once every 2 days, and this is a 10-day event, so it's 5 times, and there's going to be a lot of people, probably a couple thousand. Now the difference they made this time is it says participate in 5 drawings without winning to receive a consolation prize. So you get $850 if you participate 5 times. So for $25 you get 1 hero essentially, right? Which is not bad at all. If you're trying to push a hero, this is good, and we'll reference back to this later. Now don't forget your free gift pack every day on this tab here. It's a little bit confusing, but pretty simple. Now Corridor of Flames, another one slightly confusing. The grand prize here at the end is the Ghost Corridor, which is pretty good, gives it honor. But then it says Peach Blossom Mountain Fragment. Now I'm not sure if this is a different skin or not, but this skin looks a lot like this skin, right? You can see the little house and the mountain. This is Mount Paradise. So it's, you know, I'm only doing this 2 hours after the event, so I'm assuming it's Mount Paradise, but we'll see if that's just a text error. Now for Glorious Challenge and Pinnacle Trial, please save your tickets and gems. Wait for hard mode to open in 3 days. I'm coming out with this only 2 hours after reset. Hopefully you haven't done it yet, but you know, even though I preach it all the time, 4 people have still done it on my server. It is what it is. They can do it however they want, but you will get more of the serpent eyes if you wait for the hard mode to open, because then you get to use all your eyes on a bigger value, right? If you open them all now the players who are stuck here only get 170 per day. When they're on hard mode, they're gonna get like 270 per click. So be careful with that. Pinnacle Trial, of course, just do it once every day. This is really just for the big dogs. Good luck with that if you're one of those big players. Dazzling Wish. Now here's the big change. The grand prize is now Eternal Grail, which you then spend in the Grail Shop, right? The rest is pretty simple. You do have a chance at a 50 Grail, a 5 Grail, a 500 Grail, and a 100 Grail, which is pretty cool. And we can see the breakdown here. You have a 0.1 chance, a 0.15, a 0.8, and a 1.5. The 50 is actually not that bad. If you had 100 tickets, you'd get it about 1 or 2 times, right? Which is not bad at all. And then of course the rest are pretty normal. And you actually have a 1 in 10 chance to get the 5 Grail, which is pretty cool. Now for the Grail Shop, this is the big one. Everything is available except, I don't see Apollo. Interesting. But the new Immortal Medusa is out. I will be doing a full breakdown on her at some point. She's very strong. I already highlighted her in the patch notes. And of course, she is a little more expensive, right? If you want her, if you want to get her now or get her early, she costs $850. The rest costs $750. Now going back to that beginning, $850 is enough to get 1 Medusa, if that's what you're pushing for. And it's also enough to get 80 of any immortal you desire. Now, what else might you want if you're not a big chaos spender? Now, the stellar cores give you 10 points instead of 1 for your buildings. If you are trying to rush into the next tier, or you want to be the first one to level 60 building, this is something you might want to consider. It's not something I would consider rushing right away. If you're a Chaos player, it's probably going to be spread thin. But if you do want that, this is an option. It's a very unique option. Everyone's going to be Castle 60 in a month or two, regardless. But if you want to be there first, this is something you're going to have to purchase. Now, I've talked about the deficiency in the forging stone chests. This is your option to get way more. Now, if 300 of these gets 100 chests, this might be a decent pickup, especially if you pick it for like the range, because now you're going to get a concentration of the ones you actually want. Or if you need the attack for Alex, or if you need defense for your big beefy boys, or maybe you have a mage carry. Now you get to actually specify which ones you want. Just looking at mine, I am successful on fire, earth, and on the weekends, and I'm still, my most is what, like 17? Oh, 24. But as we go up to 100, these are all going to average out, and I actually won't be able to get them all at the same time. It's going to take some time. But this new event is giving that opportunity, and they're going, hey, you might want to consider rushing your range one, or rushing your mage one, or whatever it might be. Now, if you're even smaller, you might want to consider the artifacts if you're trying to max out one of the newer heroes. You also have the classic ones, which I don't recommend using, and the shadow. And if you're a Triss spender, you're going to have plenty of these anyways, and I wouldn't bother with those. You also have the territory decoration fragment random. For 1200, you get one random skin. And these are all upgradable skins, which is a very, very interesting concept. Something, again, to debate. These are very valuable. You know, when people are pushing to be the #1 rank, they used to be competing to get that. But now, they're competing for the 1200, right? So, a lot of things to consider. Of course, again, when we get into the shop, Stardust first. Tokens of light are very valuable. Then decide what you like. If you're an aesthetic player, go ahead and get those frames. If you're still new and you need these fragments, 3 of them are for free. Really, really valuable. And of course, everyone needs Philosopher's Stones. And as we're realizing, gold is super valuable, and you know, we might need a lot of gold here in the coming months with the expensive dragons and the expensive upgrades. But yeah, there's a ton in this new event. I can't tell you exactly what's best for you, but use all the details I gave you to make your best decisions. I hope you guys are having fun out there. If you like these kind of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.